gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and...
Foldable phones have been around for nearly 8 years now, and over that time, we've seen some impressive progress. Brands, especially in the domestic market, have pushed hard on making these devices more reliable, slimmer, and better overall. But despite all that innovation, one issue has stubbornly stuck around: the crease. Sure, it's improved a lot compared to the early days, but it's still visible, and over time it tends to become more pronounced. Whether you're watching a video or simply swiping across the screen, that creates a slight break in the experience, making it hard to achieve that truly seamless display everyone wants. Because of this, many people, myself included, have been hoping for a breakthrough, something like a perfect crease solution. And then OPPO stepped in with a major leap forward, introducing a feature that really raises the bar for foldable phones. The newly released OPPO Find N6, as you saw earlier, delivers outstanding crease control. It's not completely invisible, but it's so subtle that you'll barely notice it. Compared to other foldables, the difference is obvious from almost any angle. And when you run your finger across the screen, the crease area feels impressively flat. Now, you might be wondering how it holds up over time. I actually tested this myself. After folding the phone and leaving it untouched for 3 days, I took a photo of the crease. It did become slightly more noticeable compared to when I first unboxed it. But here's the interesting part. After unfolding the phone and letting it rest overnight, the crease basically healed itself and returned to its original condition. So how exactly does OPPO pull this off? To understand how they've minimized the crease and maintained a smooth finish over time, we need to dig deeper into the design. In this video, we're focusing on the two main factors that impact crease performance: the screen and the hinge system. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. Starting with the display, it's not just about visuals and touch sensitivity. The materials and structure of the underlying layers play a huge role in how the crease behaves. Take the OCA adhesive, for example, which bonds the different functional layers together. Its properties directly affect how quickly the crease can recover. This time, OPPO worked with research from Shanghai Jiaotong University on adhesive fatigue, helping them choose better materials and refine the screen's layered design. Then there's the protective layer, which has always been a hot topic. Traditionally, manufacturers have relied on materials like CPI or UTG, usually prioritizing flexibility to maintain durability. But focusing only on flexibility has its downsides. It makes it harder to resist long-term deformation from other layers, which is one of the key reasons creases deepen over time. OPPO approached this differently by developing a new protective layer called Sky Dome Memory Glass. This material strikes a balance between rigidity and flexibility. It's strong, folds well, and significantly resists deformation, about 338% better than the previous generation. That's what enables the self-repairing effect we saw earlier. Even after 600,000 folds certified by TÜV Rheinland, the screen still maintains its flatness. On top of that, OPPO also refined the carbon fiber support plate behind the screen. If you've seen my earlier teardown videos, you'll know that foldables usually include a micro slit in the support plate to accommodate the bending motion. But if that gap is too wide, it weakens support when folded and can lead to slight indentations that worsen the crease over time. To fix this, OPPO teamed up with Samsung to reduce the width of this micro slit from the typical 0.1 millimeters, visible to the naked eye, down to just 0.03 millimeters. Now it looks almost like a solid piece, and you'd need a microscope to even spot the slit. This design still allows the screen to flex properly while significantly improving structural support. Of course, achieving a nearly invisible crease isn't just about the screen, it also depends heavily on the hinge. The OPPO Find N6 introduces a new titanium alloy dome hinge, and one of its standout improvements is the flatness of the surface that contacts the screen. Even microscopic unevenness can increase crease depth, so this level of precision really matters. When you touch the screen, especially in the center, it feels incredibly smooth with almost no interruption. Sliding your finger across produces only a very slight bump, and overall, the surface feels like one continuous plane. This is a big improvement over older foldables where you'd often feel unevenness or even a slightly grainy texture. So how did OPPO make the hinge this flat? A big part of it comes down to 3 key supporting components. First is the hinge wing plate. In traditional designs, this part is assembled from multiple pieces like mortise and tenon joints and sliding rails, which naturally introduce small tolerances. But in the Find N6, OPPO uses 3D printing to create the wing plate as a single integrated piece. This not only improves flatness, but also makes the structure thinner and lighter, enhancing the overall feel of the device. Next is the torque module design. Most traditional hinges use 3 sets of torque structures, which can vary in size or placement. This leads to uneven force distribution across the screen, making it difficult to maintain balance support and increasing the likelihood of creases. OPPO addressed this by using 4 evenly distributed torque modules, achieving full symmetry. Working with Anfinov, they also ensured high-precision assembly, further improving hinge flatness. With these 4 torque modules, the folding experience itself is noticeably better. Opening the device feels smooth and effortless, the mid-position hold is stable, and fully unfolding the screen feels crisp and precise. These improvements alone already go a long way in reducing creases, but OPPO didn't stop there. They pushed things even further. This time around, OPPO teamed up with Xiandao Intelligent and Anfinov to bring in something called chip-level polymer technology. In simple terms, they're using advanced 3D printing to eliminate those last tiny, almost invisible imperfections in the hinge. The process is actually pretty fascinating. First, they scan the hinge surface with extremely high precision to detect micro-level creases. Then, those tiny gaps are filled using a special polymer through 3D printing, and finally everything is cured with ultraviolet light to lock in a perfectly flat finish. Now, doing this for a single device is already impressive, but scaling it up for mass production is a whole different challenge. That's because every hinge has slightly different micro creases, so each one needs to be scanned and customized individually. This is what they refer to as embedded axis silicon shift. Now that we've covered the crease and overall design, there are a couple more things worth mentioning. First is the overall feel of the device. From the color options to the frame finish, and even the way it opens, everything feels noticeably more refined compared to the previous generation. Another subtle but smart improvement is the slightly raised mid-frame around the hinge area. It seems like a small detail, but it likely helps prevent dust or tiny particles like sand from getting into the folding area, which is actually a very practical upgrade. Looking at the internal changes, there are quite a few updates as well. The SIM card tray now uses a more complex dual SIM back-to-back design, which is harder to engineer in such a slim foldable. It still uses a combination of metal and plastic, and on the inside, there's a sealing gasket to help with dust and water resistance. When it comes to the displays, the inner and outer screens keep the same size, resolution, and refresh rate as before. The outer display is now protected by dome crystal shield glass, and OPPO has added lipo packaging at the bottom to reduce the chin size, making it noticeably slimmer than before. On the inside, the screen has been upgraded from the previous UTG glass to the new dome memory glass. Along with reducing creases and enabling that self-repairing effect, it also improves resistance to pressure and punctures. So even if it comes into contact with keys or other sharp objects, there's an added layer of protection, making everyday use feel much less stressful. Brightness has also been improved on both displays, and they now support a special eye protection layer, which makes late-night usage a bit easier on your eyes. Whether you're adjusting brightness manually or using it under strong sunlight, both screens perform better than before, especially outdoors. Inside the phone, the overall layout still follows the typical dual 3-section structure used in large foldables, with only minor adjustments to how the motherboard, secondary board, and battery are arranged. The camera system, however, sees a more noticeable upgrade. There's now an additional lens dedicated to improving color accuracy, especially in complex lighting conditions. The front camera has been upgraded to 20 megapixels, and the main sensor now uses Samsung's 2E Pixel HP5 CMOS. The ultra-wide camera has also been enhanced with a larger aperture and bigger pixel size. Other imaging-related hardware remains similar, including 3 ambient light sensors placed on the inner, outer, and rear sides, along with 4 microphones positioned at the top, bottom, and back. There's also a single LED flash. The motherboard still uses a stacked dual-layer design, but OPPO has added thermal gel between the layers, allowing heat from the processor to transfer more efficiently across the board. Speaking of performance, the device is powered by the latest Snapdragon 8 Ultra chip, paired with LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 4.1 storage. For connectivity, there's a dedicated Shanghai communication enhancement chip placed in the corner, working alongside a redesigned antenna system. This setup supports 66 communication bands, delivering a more stable signal even when you're traveling internationally. The speaker setup remains dual stereo, using the same AAC full cavity design, but the positioning has been fine-tuned to improve the stereo effect. Internally, acoustic enhancement materials are used to further boost sound quality. The USB Type-C port supports USB 3.2 at 5 GbE, and the power pins are made from corrosion-resistant inert metal for better durability. The vibration motor has also been upgraded, now using the same ES6117 unit found in Huawei's Trifold device, resulting in noticeably improved haptic feedback. Battery capacity has increased as well, now totaling 6,000 mAh across the dual-cell setup, which is 400 mAh more than before. The supplier remains Dongguan Sinengze, with support from ATL, and the energy density has been improved for better efficiency. Finally, on the durability front, OPPO has reinforced the device's waterproofing. In addition to the standard sealing around the back cover and display, there's extra sealant applied inside the power button and around key structural points like screws. Once the inner screen is removed, you can see that all openings in the midframe are sealed with waterproof adhesive, and even the main cable cover is protected with a layer of red adhesive to prevent any liquid from reaching sensitive components. Looking at some of the smaller details, OPPO hasn't cut corners anywhere. Elements like the SIM tray, the eject mechanism, the Type-C port, and even the rubber seals around the speaker openings are all carefully implemented. Every one of the 4 microphone holes, along with the pressure relief vents on both sides, is protected by white waterproof and breathable membranes, making sure liquids can't sneak inside through those openings. Because of this attention to detail, the device has successfully passed IP66, IP68, and IP69 certifications for dust and water resistance. Compared to the previous generation, dust protection has been further improved, giving you more confidence in everyday use. Moving on to the internal structure, the mid-frame assembly uses an ultra-thin 0.22mm carbon fiber support plate, which is actually below typical CNC machining limits. In the battery area, there's also a 0.18mm composite metal backplate, which helps free up just enough space to slightly increase battery capacity. The mid-frame itself is built using a nano-column CNC unibody process, combined with the same high-strength tin aluminum alloy from the previous generation, ensuring the device remains solid and durable. Now let's talk about the user experience, especially when it comes to interaction. This time, OPPO is really pushing an AI-focused, scenario-based approach to productivity on a large screen. The goal is to make full use of that big display. One of the standout features is enhanced multitasking. OPPO has introduced a system that feels a lot like using a computer, allowing up to 4 apps to run at the same time. This feature, called Panoramic Free Window, builds on their already popular panoramic virtual screen concept. You can easily resize windows with simple gestures, and a quick double tap switches any small window into full screen mode. What makes it even smoother is the gesture system. With just a few intuitive swipes, you can move between split screen and floating window modes, and the transitions feel fluid. Even if you temporarily open another app while using a 3-window setup, your previous layout stays saved in the dock or background. You can even pin these layouts to your home screen, so everything opens exactly how you left it. Another big addition is the new OPPO AI stylus. While earlier models like the Find N2 supported a stylus, it required a separate charging case, which wasn't very practical. This time, OPPO has solved that by integrating a dedicated phone case that stores the stylus and supports magnetic charging. It's a much more convenient solution for everyday use. And as the name suggests, the real highlight here is the deep integration of AI at the system level. For example, you can press and hold the stylus button, draw a quick circle, and instantly generate AI-powered charts. The system intelligently recognizes your input, recreates it accurately, and even adds titles automatically to produce clean visual charts. Freehand sketches can also be transformed into illustrations in different styles. The built-in Notes app has also been upgraded with AI handwriting optimization and automatic calculations, which makes dealing with messy notes or quick math much easier. On top of that, the new ColorOS 16 brings a range of practical AI tools. One feature I personally find very useful is the one-click flash function, which makes it super easy to capture quick ideas or important moments. With the addition of shortcut keys, it's now even more convenient. There's also real-time conversation recording powered by AI, along with several other smart features. For most users, this combination of intuitive multitasking and scenario-based AI tools is more than enough to handle daily productivity needs. But if you're looking for something even more powerful, OPPO has also upgraded its remote computer control feature. Now, you can connect to both Mac and Windows systems. You can control your phone from your computer and at the same time transfer things like documents, clipboard content, notes, notifications, and even verification codes in real time. It makes switching between devices feel seamless. So the big question is, does the OPPO Find N6 tempt you? With its focus on mobile productivity, AI integration, refined folding experience, upgraded hardware, and still maintaining a slim and lightweight design, it really sets a new standard for foldable phones. You could say it's leading the industry into what OPPO calls the 5-cents folding era. Of course, with the overall rise in costs across the industry, combined with the heavy investment in these new technologies, a price increase does seem unavoidable. But even if you set aside the broader market trends and look purely at what this device offers, it feels justified. In my opinion, if the price fits your budget and you're in the market for a large foldable phone, this might actually be the right time to pick up the Find N6 because there's always a chance it could get more expensive later. All right, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.